They have huge underground and off-planet um, places where they created hybrid beings. They created genetically engineered human, animal.
This is sponge or something, nigga. Like this.
Yo, welcome back to the channel, gang. We're back with some creepy and interesting TikToks that'll make you question everything. And be sure to hit the like button. Now let's get it.
Did you hear about the huge mystery that all the cats in the state of Florida and in southern Georgia are traveling to Miami and gathering in this certain spot? It's baffling the scientific experts, and it's baffling the local city governors. They don't know what to do. And it's all the way, like I said, from Jacksonville, Florida, that is the most north of the state, and in Georgia, the cats are just leaving the homes. The ones that are domesticated, the alley cats are leaving, and they're trekking hundreds of miles all the way down to the south of the state. Scientific experts think that there might be some magnetic thing going on, like there's a magnetic epicenter there that's messing with the cats' brains, and it's causing them to want to gather here. But look at all of these cats. And so local officials are going to PetSmart and asking them, hey, do you have any food that you can donate? Because we don't want these cats to die of a fatality death. They've tried to shoo them away at first, but the cats just keep coming back and coming back. And so I think it's kind of cool and kind of neat and fun, but we'll see what happens. I'll keep you updated. But what do you think about this?
Those cats are probably picking up some kind of weather signal, but wherever they're congregating might be the spot that we should be at.
And that Ellie would have, well, I would have just been killed outright. Ellie, they would have turned into Muti, they're eaten her,
Hannibals?
Well, they don't eat, they use the child for Muti. That means if you eat her finger or something, then you have luck for life, You must have heard of that, surely.
Like satanic stuff, like is that witchcraft?
Well, you go back in time, the Vikings and all the people before that, the different ages in which we live,
So what would have happened if
The police said to me that if they had killed her, they would have used her for Muti. Muti. It's medicine. Witchcraft. I'm surely you've heard of that.
Yeah.
So she would have been her head would have been dangling from a taxi mirror, They boil the head until it's shrunk. They hang it from a taxi.
So I've been showing you guys how the sky has been looking real different as of lately, y'all, particularly the clouds. They've been looking a lot bigger, a lot puffier, right? And sometimes looking like straight up cities in the sky. Well, take a look at this over here in Gulfport, Mississippi. Y'all see that? It's literally a pyramid in the sky. And look, it's alive, y'all. This one is very different from the one that we're used to seeing in the form of appearance, because this one looks more etheric. Look, it looks more, it's electromagnetic charge, right? Like it's bouncing off the light. Y'all see that? You can literally see the aura of the pyramid. It's vibrating on a higher frequency, but the energy field, you can see that it's cloaked in light. And look at the plasma, the lightning that's moving all around. Yo, and all of these animes have been telling us about the cities in the sky. Check this out from Naruto. This is from the episode The Land of the Sky. Do you guys see that over here? Hold on, let me zoom in. Do y'all see these statues? Look at that. Is that the Olmecs? Look at that. Look at that, y'all. Isn't that the Olmecs? Isn't that me? Let me close my eyes, hold on. Isn't that me, y'all? Look at that. Look at this, they've been telling us about this. And don't you find it strange of how these buildings resemble pyramid shape? Y'all see that, man? These animes, they be telling us, man. Animes like Castle in the Sky. Animes like Dragon Ball Z, where they show Korin's Tower on top of Earth, and then on top of Korin's Tower you have Kami's Lookout, where human beings can't really go. Animes like One Piece, where they show Skypiea, and if you zoom in, this Skypiea looks like a pyramid, doesn't it? Doesn't look like the pyramids in Mexico. And this building over here kind of like something in ancient Tartaria. You know what I'm saying? They've been telling us, man. These animes been telling us. What a beautiful time to be alive, y'all. And now the veil is lifting. We are seeing that we are as above and below, y'all. We are everywhere. But let me know what you guys think about this video, y'all. We activating, man. The proof is in the pudding, man. We activating.
I think E.T. and his friends are starting to troll us at this point.
What's going on?
It's already weird to me that New York would have hailstorms in the summertime, but this one came with vengeance.
Don't tell me that we put plants, spices, dead animals all in a cauldron and follow instructions written by people in a book from 100 years ago and soup isn't witchcraft? Horseshit.
I never thought of that. Legitimately, I never thought of that. That shit is fucking witchcraft. If you're cooking, you're an alchemist. And if you're brewing, use a witch. And you know what we do to witches out here, right?
Giving you the mini version. Here you come again. Look at him. Is it coming over here to me? It's a robot. Yeah, he's coming over here. Oh, it's the and the thing coming this way. He walking backwards. And look at the kids. Look at the kids. The kids are in love with it. Oh my goodness. And he's Elon Musk has arrived. He has arrived. And this is his army. This is the small version right here. That's crazy. This is the baby version of the police. Look at he's waving at them. Oh my goodness. He's waving at the kids. Got the kids in love with it. And
I wonder who dropped this robot off in this neighborhood. It'd be crazy if it took an Uber to get there.
At the same time, I mean, you actually lived in Antarctica.
Yeah, and that a lot of that didn't start until I was full-time, until I was older. But Sue was having my memories of being in underground places where there were huge giants and evil beings. See the Rothschilds. Did I already mention their name? The Rothschilds, under Baron Guy, they had huge underground and off-planet. Wait a minute. They had huge underground and off-planet places where they created hybrid beings. They created genetically engineered human, animal, everything that's supposed to be going to come on the earth has already been created, and they are giants, and there are giants, and they so a lot of my job as a little girl, and I've had a lot of memories of Miriam Rothschild, and I worked with her sometimes, but a lot, she was involved, probably program 2 now, I understand, but in these taking care of all these glass, this is all the stuff Sue started having leak memories, glass tubes with air coming into it with all these beings in it, and some of them are babies, and some of them are humans, and they're still being, they actually, I don't know, this is very gross, but they actually breed human babies to feed to these evil giant entities that they plan on releasing at the end times to kill everyone. And they're full of demons. They are created hybrids that look like giants or dinosaurs, or, you know, a man and a dinosaur, you know, every kind of freaky thing you could imagine. And you fill it with demons and set it loose. And one thing I wanted to say is that they told my sister she would never stop trying to defect. She would never, once she got a little glimpse of the memory that this was going on, she wouldn't stop. I mean, she left everything. She left her family. She left everything to get free. And they kept telling her, if you would just stop trying to defect, we will take you on the ISS, the International Space Station, when we create the cataclysm that takes everyone out. And Sue looked at them and she said, I'd rather die here with all these people than go with you. And what they've created on that side is hugely demonic. And I believe that they are going to loose this as part of Satan's plan. Satan has everybody so fooled. This guy he's smart. He's very savvy, and people don't know what's coming. And the church has no clue. And the church is dumbed down in regards to deliverance ministry. And that's what's needed most of all right now. Oh my God, we need deliverance ministries all over the place because there's so many people that don't know they're programmed. And okay, so
well, let me take you back to some of the points you were making. So first of all,
if the Rothschild family is able to do all that, they're probably not humans.
I was the leader of a satanic organization. I saw the satanic agenda with my own eyes. I was in meetings discussing the satanic agenda with other satanic organizations around the world. So every 9 years it gets updated. So I'm just aware of the one that's being pushed now up to 2027. I don't know what the agenda is after that. But what I've seen with my own eyes and the online conferences that I've been in with other satanic leaders, this is what's going on at the moment. When I said when I left Satanism in May 2022, when I left Satanism, I said, and I have a recording of it, I said that in 2025, people will be arrested on the street for praying for other people. People will be prosecuted for being Christians in Europe. I said it because I saw it on the agenda. It wasn't a prophecy or that I saw the future. It was because I knew what was on the agenda. And people thought I was insane. So I'm saying today that in 2027, there's going to be a one world religion that will be the acceptable and the only religion around the world that will be legal, and it's not going to be Christianity.
The scary thing is there's reports of Christians getting arrested in Europe for street preaching, so he got some credibility.
So a lot of things that happened with this flood in Texas is not sitting right with me. And of course, I went down that rabbit hole, and I'm about to let you know every last one of them. First of all, let's start with the National Weather Service. Why wasn't Texas warned about the type of rain that they was about to get? But I'm guessing the budget cuts had something to do with the National Weather Service and the NOAA not letting people know exactly what was going on. Okay. Next. Now, these weather conditions affected Central Texas. The rain made the Guadalupe River overflow. But listen to this. There is information and videos that shows that river raising. And let me just say this. That river raised very, very fast. Hit the search bar. You can see there's videos. So the rain that they received made the Guadalupe River raise more than 23 feet in less than an hour and a half. How is that possible? You got a death toll of over 50 people, 15 of which are children. And then, get this. Let's talk about Camp Mystic, the all-girls camp, where most of those kids are missing. Let's just say that camp was filled with political elite children. You mean just say what I said? For over 100 years, they've been holding that camp there. A camp full of children that's the children of the elite politicians of Texas. What I need y'all to do is pull up the map of rain enhancements in Texas. And then after you pull up that map, I need you to look in the area where that map basically is focusing. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that this shit is crazy. Pay attention.
Listen to me very carefully as we got some breaking news just coming in that there is another wall of water forming over there in the Guadalupe. That if you're not familiar with the area, you can find yourself in trouble. So we are telling everybody to evacuate immediately. And I'm reaching out to every single influencer on this platform to use your platform to get the warning out that another wall of water is forming, and any children on the lake, on the edges, you must evacuate immediately. As also, we have a confirmation from the Weather Channel that there is storms that are forming, massive rainfalls that are coming your way. So you must evacuate immediately. Again, if this is an inconvenience and nothing happens, oh well, we don't care. We'd rather you be inconvenienced than lose your life. So again, just an hour ago, it just came through that there are warnings coming in that there's walls of water forming that will continue to the flood situations. So if anybody is out there and you get this message, you need to pack your shit up, or don't even worry about your stuff. Get out there and evacuate immediately, is that it is coming. That's what they said, unconfirmed, but there is a possibility that a wall of water is coming your way, and you must get out there immediately. And it's also confirmed from the weather reports that massive rainfalls are also coming that will add to further flooding in the area.
That Texas flood is so confusing, I don't know what to believe.
I wanted to try this experiment, man, with Walmart wheat bread just to see if it's true. Bro, this ain't no bread, dog. I don't Walmart anyway, but I don't know what the this is. This sponge or something, nigga. Like this.
I have never seen sponge bread before, but this guy might as well use it to wash his dishes.
Let me show you something. That right there, that's the sun. Oh, beautiful sun, right? But that right there, that's the moon. Right? Cool looking moon, right? I'm about to piss every last one of y'all off. They both in our atmosphere. Up there, over there, that's all water. Read your Bible. Genesis 1, that's water. It's the first heaven. I'm telling you. And then I'm not done. Look at this. That is, as you know, a chemical reaction trailer. You know, for TikTok, I gotta keep it real kosher because I'm already on strike number 4. But follow that line. All right. If you've ever been in a bathtub, we probably can't see the little, but you got it. You got it. I can't find it right now. But if you ever been in a bathtub, or you've been out in the sea, or you've been on a jet ski or a boat, you see that whenever you, and when I meant the tub, like, let's say you got a little rubber ducky, right? If you got kids, you know what I'm talking about. Or even when you was a kid and you was playing with the little rubber ducky or the little boat in the water, it creates a little path, right? Creates that little path behind it. It's the same thing that's up there. And I'm trying to tell you, yes, I showed you the chemical reaction trailer, but that's the first part. The second part I want to show you is that they're on water. Some of y'all not going to understand what I'm trying to say. That's why I say you got to read your Bible. You got to read Genesis. They are on water. And we ain't talking about the planes, Spirit Airlines, and we ain't talking about Southwest and Delta. We ain't talking about that. Y'all ain't never been on none of them planes. I haven't. Neither has you. So I try to tell you, there's 3 heavens. There's the first, second, and third. And in the first heaven is when Yahuwah, y'all call him God, Yahuwah created the earth, the world. This is in the atmosphere. But when you got the Tower of Babel and stuff, man, y'all ain't trying to hear this. The number one reason why he confused the language is because they was getting close to breach the first heaven. All right? So Yahuwah was like, nah, we can't have that, fam. Because he was like, you gotta understand, the whole time, Samyaza, Azazel, Satan, Lucifer, all these people, okay, they's trying to go back because they realize they made a big mistake. A third of the angels and all these entities realize they made a big mistake. So the reason why we don't have a Tower of Babel now is because they are recouping. And so this is what I'm trying to tell you. That is CERN. That's the new Tower of Babel. Okay? So they are trying to create these portals to try and go. They already know they lost, but they're trying to create these portals, okay, to go back. Even though they know they can't. But they're trying to take you and me and all y'all other people with them. That's why they feed off of deception.
This is Glorilla, and she had to wear this mask during the Coachella performance. They have to do the mask ritual where they are disfigured to show the evil entity that is working through them. And this is Kai Cenat. He did this on one of his streams. He put this on and chased the guy around the room and did all of this. So this is all a part of what they have to do. And Weekend, he brought the robot on stage and did his whole concert around it just to show it. And then he wore this. So they're showing you that they are no longer operating under their power. Something is operating through them.
Another page from the Bible has been completed today, y'all. The Passaic River in New Jersey has turned blood red today. And this is like some Hawaiian red type.
That is really weird. I'm paddling currently through red water.
Y'all, all this red water. Look at the sky. Look at the sky.
That water is red.
So not only is the Lake Hawaiian Punch blood red, but he said it smelled of this weird asphalt smell as well.
Really strong asphalt smell right now.
Y'all, look at the sky. What the heck is going on? Oh my goodness, y'all. Look at the sky. Look at the clouds. Look at this is a blanket over there. This is crazy.
You can see that the water inside it is not red. It's red.
Look at the line.
Right on the edge here.
Look at
you
the
can see a
line.
defined line between the red and the water that's inside that sewer. So I'm really curious.
Y'all, what is going on? The one in California turned red the other day. And now this, y'all, this is literally biblical, y'all. But y'all see it, man. The prophecies are playing out. I always knew I was going to be in this time, man. And I was going to play a big part in it. And here I am, y'all. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's continue to get this shift, y'all. It's here. Peace in. Look at those clouds, y'all. This is insane. This is a whole new world. Let's get it.
I made prior videos of lakes and rivers turning red on the west side of the world, but I think that body of water in New Jersey has to be the first area in America to turn like this. I think it's biblical. Let me know what you guys think.
1940s lost weight. The first ultra-processed food was Kellogg's Corn Flakes. They partnered with the United Fruit Company. They paid doctors to tell people bananas were a rich source of potassium, which they're not, and to say that the perfect meal to start your day was a bowl of corn flakes with a slice of banana. That's how the famous combo came about. And they went so far as to put a coupon for a bunch of bananas in every box of Kellogg's Corn Flakes. No human being had a bowl of dry breakfast cereal prior to 1906. Cereal was invented by the Kellogg's brothers, and it was actually these companies that convinced people the healthiest way to start your morning was a bowl of cereal with milk. Also, oats are basically pure sugar. Oatmeal is good for one thing, and that's for fattening horses for the winter. Remember, breakfast is break fast. Lots of human and animal studies have shown the longer you delay eating breakfast, the more ketones and weight loss you will achieve. If you're eventually going to have break fast, look for fat-based sources like an avocado or omega.
So this is the footage of Jeffrey Epstein's cell, and it's supposed to be proof by the Department of Justice that no one went inside of his cell and killed him, and that's why they said he commits suicide. But there's just one problem. So if we look at the footage, there's about 11 hours of it. From the minute 11:59 to 12 a.m., it cuts out for 1 minute, and we do not see that footage. Now, I don't know if this is some type of joke, because everyone is starting to figure this out after watching the footage, but there's a whole minute that's completely cut out. Also, what happened to them saying that the cameras malfunctioned or they lost the footage, whatever the heck happened. But now, magically, years later, they recover the deleted footage or the footage that they never had from a different angle that's literally right in front of the cell. And it's the same day we get it where they say there's no client list and that he commits suicide. It's just frustrating because months ago, the Attorney General said the client list was on her desk, and now there is no client list. And now the footage, there's a whole minute that's cut out, and we still have no explanation for that. If we do, I'll keep you guys updated, but just a weird day.
I feel like the drama surrounding Mr. E is like a never-ending story. I'm close to giving up on that list.
Well, this can't be good, y'all. Jeff Bezos just sold $660 million worth of stock in Amazon, y'all. But for what? All I'm saying, y'all, is when billionaires sell stocks like this, they gotta know something. This isn't random, y'all. It can't be random. Is there a collapse finna come? Like, what is going on? He did this while everybody was distracted with his wedding, his yacht, and his Venice Love Island. Y'all know that all of the richest men in the world is starting to invest in rockets? Why is that, y'all? Are they finna blast off into space and leave us down here? Is something finna come? Why are they so obsessed with these bunkers, y'all? And why are they so obsessed with Mars and going out of space and going deep down underground? At the end of the day, maybe it's just business, y'all. Or maybe it's something even crazier. But that's why I got y'all for. Leave y'all comments down below. Could be a strategy, could be a warning. Either way, everyone should be paying attention to this.
I get the logic in building underground bunkers, but if you can't get to the moon, I don't see the point in buying rockets.
Okay, just go ahead and add this to the list of things. Scientists are saying that a mega 1,000-foot tsunami could possibly hit the US. Mega 1,000-foot tsunami. Now I'm starting to think that the movie 2012 was just foreshadowing what was gonna come in about 10 to 15 years at this point. Yes, you might think I'm lying, but I'm not. A 1,000-foot mega tsunami could erase parts of the United States. Scientists say that it has happened before. Now, I feel a little uneasy about this because I've heard so many people say within the past 5 years that God specifically told them to move into the mid part of the United States. So like the Midwest, you know, and so people are getting out of the coastal areas, which is a little bit concerning considering the fact that they said that God told them to. Now, if a tsunami happens, it obviously isn't going to happen in the middle of the United States. It's going to happen on the coastal parts of the United States. I just feel like this is another thing to add to the list of the doomsday stuff that's been happening in the past 5 years. We've had so many doomsday things happen. Now, we all know as believers that this is just the birth pangs, that these things are and have been prophesied to happen. Scientists will tell you that it's happened before and all these things have happened 7 billion years ago. It's just recycling because don't believe the scientists. The scientists don't even know what they're talking about. It's so interesting that people will believe scientists when they're wrong literally 60, 70% of the time. But the Bible has been spot on with prophecy 100% of the time. Remember in Matthew 24, it says that these things have to happen. These things are the signs. These things are the beginning of birth pangs, these earthquakes, these different pestilences that are happening in different regions across the world. And now remember, in the book of Revelation, we don't see the United States mentioned at all, unless the United States is New Babylon. Either way it goes, either A, the United States has to fall or cease to exist in the end times. At least the majority of it. So it would not shock me if we had a catastrophic event like the New Madrid fault line, or my bad, the New Madrid fault line, the way y'all tell me to say it, the San Andreas fault line, and the tsunamis, if it all happened at one time and if they were all correlated with each other. Remember, we've been seeing weird stuff in the sky. We've been seeing weird things happening. And so I would not be surprised if this is the moment that the United States get wiped off the map completely.
Let me tell y'all a true story, be so boom. A wax figure that looks like it used to be a real person. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Let's... What the? He looks real. I ain't gonna front. Are those veins on his hands? Why though? Why does it look so real? Shh! Shut up! Don't say it. Because it's not real. Let's not forget that. It's a wax figure. Shh! Shut up! Whose grandpa's that? Huh? Who is that? That's nobody's grandpa, because that's a wax figure. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game on here, guys, and you know what time is it. Shh. Shut up! He looked so real. Did you see his hands, the veins? Yo, I'm telling you, these people are getting real good at making fake people look real. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game on here, guys, and you see what's going on at these museums. Shh. Shut up! I'm just playing around, guys. But let's not forget, this video is for entertainment purposes only. That's not real. That's a wax museum. I know you've seen that before. They look really real, but let's not forget, they're not real. Stop playing with me, son. It's getting real out here, guys, and you know what time is it. But I tell you one thing, if I'm ever at a museum and I look at a wax figure and it has veins and it looks like it was alive before, we're gonna find out.
That's the point where being realistic is too much.
Is this car that's reflecting on this Boston Pizza window?
This glitch in the Matrix video is so crazy. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to figure this one out or not. Quick backstory, this guy named Eddie shared a video showing this orange car and a reflection, but you don't see the orange car anywhere in the parking lot.
It's a Corvette C8. I seriously don't see that car anywhere. Where's that car?
A lot of people are thinking that the car is parked in front of the black Mercedes, but if you zoom in, it doesn't really look like the reflection of an orange car in front of the Mercedes. And it's not just the orange car. There's a few things going on inside of this video that's kind of strange. Like these random mannequins that are just chilling on this bench. When you zoom in, you can see these what seem to be red cars that would be parked in the parking lot behind the orange car. But when the parked cars are shown, there's no red cars in the parking lot. A lot of people were thinking that this is some sort of glass wrap, like on the outside of the building, and others were thinking that this is just a car parked inside of the building. Here's another picture of that same location. They don't have that wrap done on their windows. Here's another recent picture of that same location, and this car's reflection is shown just fine. What do you think about this glitch in the Matrix?
Right, let's zoom out for a minute, because what happened in Texas, it ain't just about rain. It's part of a bigger pattern. And once you see it, it ain't no unseeing that shit. Texas got hit with that flood so fast that folks ain't even had time to react. This ain't the first time we've seen this play out. So let's run it back. Mississippi 2023, same thing. Kentucky in 2022, the whole town's underwater. Even Maui in 2023. But that one wasn't water. Now here's what they don't tell you, that every one of those places, they was all sitting on land with value, land with resources, history, or opportunity zones. Places where people held on to their homes for generations, not places for sale, until of course something hit. And then after the hit, land drops in value, the locals get pushed out, property scooped up for dirt cheap, and then a few months later, boom, new development, new ownership and new zip code vibes. Now let's bring it back to Texas. You got Camp Mystic sitting on Legacy Land, which is a camp that's tied to elite families. I don't think it's just coincidence, it's location. And here's what really got my gears turning. Old documents online shows parts of Central Texas were flagged years ago for infrastructure modernization, whatever that means. So maybe it's not about the storm, maybe it's about the reset after. And it seems these events keep following the same script. So maybe it was just never bad luck. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about this. Is there a pattern? And make sure to follow if you haven't already.
These guys are walking on the ocean floor and somehow staying completely dry. How does that even work? They're inside something called a diving bell. Think of it like an upside down cup filled with air. As it sinks, the air pressure pushes the water out, leaving space for the workers to breathe and move around. And after nearly 3 hours of work down there, they use it to recover a $6,800 ship anchor.
Next time I saw him was in the London Bridge. And inside the chambers that are beneath it, the foundations of it, they would set up throne room with a black throne, obsidian color black granite, but then it had this fine gold inlay, just beautiful. And it was like light almost emanated from it. It was just beautiful.
This was under London Bridge? Mm-hmm. Okay.
And there's an old world tunnel system to this gathering point that the United States military tapped into back in the 30s and 40s during World War II when they built what's called Site 6 in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. It wasn't a city at all. It was just a desert. That is the cardinal point, a meeting place where the gods, these immortals, physically would meet and have parley. They would meet and interact there without threat of retribution and violence. They could have conversations there and make plans and renew covenants or break them at that site. That was a place where they would gather in the desert. When Site 6 was built, they built in underground infrastructure to supply and resupply United States Army Air Base, because the Air Force wasn't there yet, It was a rest and recuperation zone, a secret place where soldiers and pilots could come and rest. Site 6 is what it was named. It was a dot on a map, classified map. That's all it was. Robert P. McCulloch is who bought Site 6 from the military and from the state of Arizona. He bought the territory there. There was no lake. They built eventually what's called the Parker Dam. Parker Dam is what feeds the vast majority of water and electricity, not only to Phoenix, but over to Los Angeles. They built an entire tunnel system that takes that bloody infested water I just described to you. That's what people drink in these cities all over the West Coast that are in deserts. That's what people drink in Phoenix and Tucson. And they pump that water and that electricity, which is generated power from that iniquity. And they literally power up the world. That's their gathering place. When Robert P. McCulloch, he hired a man named C.V. Wood. This intermingles with the Jason projects and the people that are in Southern California that were doing secret scientific experiment projects on children and mind control operations. And they built a pleasure island in Lake Havasu City Lake, which is a sovereign territory of the city of London. It's an embassy for ambassadors. Different representatives of different nations can go there and are immune from prosecution, just like Disney World is in Florida. It is not United States territory. This is why when Governor DeSantis is trying to enforce taxes, they invoke a clause which says, oh, by the way, we're under the crown.
Yes.
Yeah, which crown? The red dragon. If you look at this, the heraldic symbol of the city of London, it is guarded by the red dragon.
Symbolism behind famous brand logos.
CBS logo. If you've ever seen their logo, you've probably noticed that mysterious eye. Well, some believe it's no coincidence. It's actually the all-seeing eye, a symbol associated with the Illuminati and secret societies. Balenciaga, a brand known for luxury, but what if there's more to the name than fashion? Some argue that Balenciaga is a reference to Baal, an ancient god linked to dark rituals and kingship. Starbucks. You've sipped on their coffee, but have you ever looked closely at the logo? The mermaid or siren is more than just a pretty face. It's inspired by Ishtar, an ancient goddess often linked to duality and hidden power. Delta Airlines. You may know their logo as a sleek triangle, but take a second look. It mirrors the shape of a pyramid. Now, why would a modern airline use a symbol that echoes ancient structures tied to hidden knowledge and power?
True story, be so boom. A 19-year-old just got detained for flying to Antarctica. It was an unauthorized solo flight to Antarctica, and he landed in a military base. This is what I heard, guys. I would not know. I'm home. I'm nowhere near Antarctica. People are saying that we're never going to see him again. But let's not forget, people say anything these days. You can't believe everything you hear. Why he landed on a military base? Because where else he's gonna land? It's nothing but water and ice over there. And what he saw, I can't even tell you. He can't even tell you. They got him. Shh! Shut up! Now, they got him. We don't know what's going on, guys. I don't know nothing. I'm just telling you what I heard. I'm not even sure if this is true or not. They got him hemmed up. Now, we all know, if that was somebody like me, shh! Shut up! And I heard they were upset. When he landed, they were so upset. They was like, what are you doing here? This is what I heard, guys. They were really mad at him. Now, you would think a 19-year-old would be home playing games or streaming or something. Not this 19-year-old. This one wanted to know what's going on in Antarctica. Now, the sad thing about this is that they detained him, so we're never going to know what's going on in Antarctica. They said they're going to release him or send him back. I don't know how true that is. Like I said, I'm home right now. I don't know nothing about Antarctica. I only know about USA. Who is that kid? Who is he? And why would he do such a thing? How does he know how to fly an airplane at 19 years old? I don't know what's going on here, guys, but this video is for entertainment purposes only. This is what I heard. I don't know nothing else. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. I'm out.
This kid is cut from a different cloth, but as soon as he landed, they probably snatched him up before you saw anything crazy. But that's it for the video. Thanks for kicking it with me as always, but before you leave, sub up and hit the like button for the algorithm, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.